There! Welcome to Creative Saskatchewan's Book Publishing Production Grant Guideline Walkthrough. This is being recorded on July 4th, 2024, but please be sure to check the written guidelines on the Creative Saskatchewan website for the most up-to-date information at any given time. The Book Publishing Production Grant. This grant assists in the production and marketing of titles intended for commercial release. There are two streams of funding available, the book publisher stream and the author-funded stream. Book publisher stream. This stream is available to Saskatchewan traditional publishers who have produced a minimum of 2 books for commercial sale, distributed through at least 2 industry standard book-selling channels in the past 12 months. This stream is on a first-come, first-served basis. It is internally assessed by the Creative Saskatchewan team. Projects will be funded up to 25 to 50% of the approved project budget, up to $40,000 based on the assessment criteria. In 2022-23, the book publisher stream of this program had an approval rate of 63%. 5 out of 8 applications were approved. Please refer to our website for further information on the book publisher stream. Today we're going to take a closer look at the Book Publishing Production Grant author-funded stream. The author-funded book production grant supports the self-publishers or publishers working with Saskatchewan authors who have made a financial contribution to the cost of production to produce and market their book. If you're a Saskatchewan author or other individual contributing to the project Creative, making a financial contribution to cover any portion of the costs of production, the publisher must then apply to the author-funded book production stream. An author that is financially invested in their book publishing or marketing, or a self-published author, can apply for this stream directly or have their publishers apply on their behalf. In 2022-23, the author-funded stream of this program had an approval rate of 64%. 9 out of 14 applications were approved. So what does our investment look like? Funding will be in the form of a grant. Projects will be funded up to a maximum of 50% of the approved project budget. And no application may receive more than $10,000 per fiscal year, except for projects involving significant illustration or photography, which may apply for a maximum of $15,000 per fiscal year. Deadlines and processing time. All deadlines close at 4 p.m. Saskatchewan time, and applicants can expect to receive their results within 10 weeks from the deadline date. If a deadline falls on a statutory holiday or a weekend, applications will be accepted until 4 p.m. the following business day. Results will be delivered via email and will be available for viewing through GMS. Let's take a closer look at some eligible applicants. Applicants must be either an established Saskatchewan author or be a Saskatchewan publisher working with a Saskatchewan author who meets the following criteria. The author must have published a minimum of 1 traditionally published book or 2 self-published books, excluding anthologies. And for fiction, they must have published a minimum of 4 texts of creative fiction, example, short stories or excerpts from novels, published on 2 separate occasions in established magazines, periodicals, or anthologies published by an established book publisher. For poetry, you must have a minimum of 10 poems published in established magazines, periodicals, or anthologies that are published by established book publishers. And for nonfiction, you must have a minimum 40 pages of articles published in established magazines, periodicals, or anthologies that are published by established book publishers. When the Saskatchewan author or other individual contributing to the project Creative makes a financial contribution to the project to cover any portion of the cost of production, They must be a signatory on the funding agreement should a grant be awarded. When a book is co-authored, both authors must be Saskatchewan residents, and at least one author must meet the established author criteria. To be eligible, a book must meet the following criteria. It is at least 48 pages in length for a printed book, except for children's books. It is clearly and publicly attributed to the authors and/or translators, and bears an ISBN assigned to or acquired by the self-publisher or publisher. Now let's take a look at some eligible expenses. Audiobooks and ebook productions. Production expenses directly related to the project and incurred during the project timeline. Expenses incurred prior to the date of application are ineligible. The project may contain the production expenses of multiple titles by the same author. The production expense for each title may contain marketing expenses up to a maximum of 25% of the title's budget. In order to maintain the privacy of authors or other individuals contributing to the project creative, financiers and publishers, multiple titles will only be accepted if the books are written by the same author. So this means you will have to have separate applications if those authors are different. Reprints are eligible under this stream. Now let's take a look at some ineligible projects and expenses. Titles where the publisher financially contributes to the project. Titles commissioned or paid for by an individual, group, political party, or company where the applicant does not have complete and independent editorial control. Titles for which the author or other individual contributing to the project creative does not receive financial compensation. Directories or agendas with less than 36 pages of original editorial content. And core business operations or capital expenditures such as rent, purchase of real estate, office furniture, renovation, or maintenance costs. As always, please see the general program guidelines for additional information surrounding ineligible expenses. Included in this category are catalogs, periodicals and magazines, calendars, maps or books of maps, loose leaf updates, coloring books, sticker books or other activity books, sheet music, games in the form of a book, and other similar product. Expenses related to print-on-demand production. Print-on-demand refers to a system where individual copies or small batches of a book are not printed until the publisher receives an order. Activities undertaken prior to the date of application. Capital expenditures and in-kind expenses. Activities that have received funding from Sask Arts or Sask Culture. Creative Saskatchewan will not duplicate support provided by Sask Arts or Sask Culture. However, projects where the author received funding to develop the content might still be considered eligible to Creative Saskatchewan's book publishing production grant. Shipping expenses related to distribution. Here are a few recent commitments that have received funding under this stream. We've got Tunnels of Treachery by Mary Harrelkin Bishop and Tunnels of Tyranny, a third Moose Jaw adventure. Crash Harrison, Tales of a Bomber Pilot Who Defied Death by Deanna Driver. And that's it. This is our contact information. Program advisors are always happy to chat. If you have questions on eligibility, guidelines, anything really, we love hearing from you. The best way to stay up to date on our programs is to sign up for our newsletter, The Spotlight, which you can do here. And finally, thank you. We hope you found this helpful.